Am I the asshole for telling my daughter she can't bring her partners to her sister's wedding? My son, 21, has suggested to post here. All names are fake. I, 52 female, have 4 kids. My oldest daughter Carol, 34, Kelly, 25 female, Lucy, 24 female, and Mark, 21 male. Since Carol was born I have stayed at home looking after the kids while my husband Derek, 53, provided for the family. I wanted to see my children grow and be there for them for everything they might need. Due to the age gap between my oldest and my youngest kids, Carol and the rest were never close to each other. I let Carol to concentrate on her hobbies and school and looked after the youngest myself. Even my husband insisted to get Carol to babysit and help with them. Later, when the youngest were getting older, I encouraged them to choose the hobbies and careers they were interested in, and we helped them to go to uni and fully paid for their education. A few years ago Kelly came out to me as being polyamorous. It is something Lucy and Mark knew since Kelly was in college, but she wanted me to know too. It is a lot to take in, as Derek and I both come from very traditional families, but I did my best to support my daughter and learn more about my daughter's orientation. We have also discussed about her coming out to her father, but my husband would never understand it, and he previously said he finds the entire concept of poly disgusting when we tried to talk to him. Now Carol is getting married to a large, very traditional family too, her own choice, and is planning to take over some of her in-laws' business and help with it. Her fiancé family is paying for the wedding and they have over 1,000 guests invited, including a lot of business partners and work colleagues. As a result, each of my kids also received an invitation for a +1 to bring to the wedding. And it didn't sit well with Kelly. Kelly wants to bring several of her partners to the wedding as they are all very important to her and essentially come out as poly at her sister's wedding. I have told her she can't do that. If she wants to come out she can, but not during her sister's special day, and since her sister is not aware about Kelly being poly, she should discuss with her if it is okay to bring several partners. Kelly was not happy with that and called me an asshole for playing favorites when I'm just trying to look after all my children. Lucy and Mark agree with Kelly and believe I should stop intervening and let Kelly do what she feels is right, but I don't want this to cause a rift between my children. Am I the asshole? Edit. I was advised to add this to the post. Kelly has a primary partner of 4 years who she has been bringing to all the family events. There was a time when he was out of town and Kelly wanted to bring a different partner, but I had to explain unless she comes out before that and explains what being poly is, it will make the entire family feel very awkward the next time she brings her primary partner around. From what I have heard, she also brings her primary partner to work-related events, hence why I don't really see why she feels the need to bring several partners to the wedding when it wasn't the case before. Not the asshole. She needs to just bring one person and come out another time. Hijacking her sister's wedding for her own coming out party is just rude. Not the asshole. You don't come out at someone else's wedding. Also, Kelly wasn't targeted by the +1 thing. I'm guessing that nobody got a +2 or 3, and that some people didn't get a +1 at all. Kelly sounds very self-centered. Not the asshole. Kelly wants to bring several of her partners to the wedding as they are all very important to her and essentially come out as poly at her sister's wedding. It's not her show and her sister's guests aren't her audience. Kelly was not happy with that and called me an asshole for playing favorites. How? Did she stamp her feet and throw things when she said it? I saw this the other day and it's so true. Things not to do at a wedding. Propose, come out, start shit with family, announce you're pregnant. Not the asshole. Kelly is a self-centered person and doesn't deserve special treatment. She has no right to hijack her sister's wedding by making a personal announcement for herself. Besides, having multiple partners is nothing to be proud of, nor does it need a special announcement. Am I the asshole for locking my boyfriend out of the bathroom in the mornings? I, F39, have been with my boyfriend, M42, for a little under 2 years. About 6 months ago, his lease was up and we decided that he would move in with me. Previous to this, we had spent nights at each other's places and there were no issues with bathroom habits. My boyfriend gets up about 30 minutes before me and goes to the ensuite bathroom to do his thing. No biggie. Except that he has the most malodorous bowel movements I've ever had the displeasure of smelling. The sounds of him intermittently shitting out doom nuggets are equally as bad. Mind you, I worked as an EMT for years, so I'm not a squeamish or fussy person at all. I love a good poop joke, story. The smell of his shit lingers for a good 15-20 minutes afterward. The stank cloud might is nearly visible, and you can taste it on top of everything. It makes showering or getting ready in the morning a horrible experience, and I have yet to find any spray to mask or get rid of the smell. Here is the issue: he refuses to shut the bathroom door, or walk an additional 10 feet to go to the family bath in hallway to do the dirty deed. If he did either of those things, the smell, sound would not wake me up and I would not be starting each morning feeling sick and angry at the method of my wake-up. He says that he is not really awake when goes into the bathroom and thus cannot be expected to remember to shut the door. I think he is full of metaphorical and real bullshit, as remembers to grab his phone and bottle of water off the bedside table as he goes in, and then spends a good 20 minutes sitting there scrolling through the morning news. He could shut the door at any point during this process. After weeks of us going back and forth, I hit my breaking point this last Wednesday. I went to the store and bought a new doorknob for the bathroom that has a key lock and replaced it. It is my house, after all. He goes to bed before me, so after I got ready for bed I shut and locked the bathroom door. Come that next morning, he got out of bed, could not get into the bathroom, yelled at me about it being locked, and then went into the family bath to poop. Problem solved. I didn't have to deal with his shit, was able to enjoy my shower for the first time in months, and he still could follow his bathroom routine. It was a win for both of us. Later that night, we got into a massive fight about me locking the door. He called me controlling and unfair, among other things. He said that I had no right to lock him out of the bathroom as he also pays rent. I told him that it was still my house. He has the capacity to remember to shut the bathroom door and turn on the vent in mornings, and he was being an asshole for not doing so after I had requested it for so many months. Am I the asshole? Too long did not read. My boyfriend has the smelliest, loudest shits and wakes me up each morning because he won't shut the bathroom door. I locked him out of the ensuite bathroom, and he then is made to walk about 10 more feet to a different bathroom to poop. Not the asshole. He proved over and over again that he just doesn't give a shit, pun intended, about how his actions affect you. That said, take a look at other things. Is it just this one thing, and can you see yourselves in 10 years having worked it out and being happy? Not the asshole. His dating mask is slipping, and I'm afraid this might be just the beginning. He is behaving unreasonably because he is unreasonable. He is acting inconsiderately because he is inconsiderate. People can act reasonable and considerate some of the time, or most of the time, and it is still an act. Not the asshole. I close the door to shit even when I lived alone. I like the way my home smells. He can always shit in the yard if he needs a feeling of freedom during his business. Not the asshole. He sounds really inconsiderate. Did he ever have a reason to refuse going to the other bathroom? I wouldn't accept the sleepy excuse on that, though. He called me a fussy nag and a baby, that I was being overly dramatic and the smell isn't actually all that bad. The thing is, his siblings tease him about the smell of his poop because it's always been terrible, so I know it's not just me.